Hi there, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. It's Thursday. It is October the 16th. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Chrissy Van in for Tom Reynolds. You know, Emily, I joined you guys earlier in the week, had the chance to take advantage of that high humidex, and slowly we're saying goodbye to those types of temperatures.
Unfortunately, at this time of the day, it keeps getting cooler and cooler, but today, fog is certainly a big story for us. We're seeing fog patches through Toronto at 15 degrees, 12 through Hamilton with quite a bit of fog. We're out and about, and you're thinking, okay, you know, it's not raining right now. Maybe I can walk the dog, which is what I did. But then, of course, it started to rain, so I started to run. It's going to be one of those days again.
It's always the way. You know, whenever you finally decide to make a move, that's when the rain happens. That's when the gust of wind happened for me, too. I heard the garbage man go by.
Oh, yeah.
And then my garbage can, of course, was traversing down the street. I was like, seriously? It wasn't even a windy day.
We're trying to continue. Details just ahead, but first, here's Chrissy with traffic. All right, well, we do have a fog advisory in place for much of southern Ontario. The city of Toronto not included, but we're still seeing fog in the outlying areas. We've got that risk of a few scattered showers throughout the day today, quite a bit of cloud cover, but temperatures are going to be mild yet again. We're looking at high teens. Temperatures aren't going to start to drop until we get closer to the weekend. We're still going to stay relatively unsettled. Sunday looks to be the driest day in our forecast. Hi there, good morning. Thanks for joining us here on the Weather Network. It's Thursday. It is the 16th of October. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Chrissy Van in for Tom Reynolds. I'll be joining you today and tomorrow. Well, he gets a little R&R.
Yeah, he's recovering from too much turkey. I guarantee that. It is a foggy start to the day. We do have a fog advisory in place through much of southern Ontario. The city
of the week. And you know what I find? When you get into the season, first of all, it's hard to dress because the morning temperatures always vary so much from the afternoon. And now to add to that, we have sunshine and rain.
No, I know.
How do you even know what to wear?
You have to bring it all.
Yes.
You just do. All right, well, yesterday wasn't a bad day. A lot of boats are still in the water. Here's a look at the fog in Waterloo, and I'm going to turn things over to Chrissy. She's got more details on your traffic.
Thanks so much for that, Emily. And as we say, be really cautious on the roads because if you do encounter that fog, visibility quite poor. Look on how your drive's shaping up along the Gardner and the DVP.
Thanks, Chrissy. We do have the chance of isolated showers on and off throughout the day today. Again, that foggy starts the day. Once you do see a little bit of sunshine, if we see a little bit of sunshine, it'll help burn that off. We are going to continue to see unsettled conditions right through the day tomorrow, but by Saturday, a new pulse of moisture is going to be coming in, the wraparound from this low, and then finally, come Sunday, we do start to clear out slightly with high pressure, but temperatures are going to actually drop below our seasonal average. And as you can see, Sunday's the only day we'll see sun.
Thanks so much for that look around the globe there in Force of Nature, Emily. Thanks for joining me. I'm Chrissy Van in for Tom Reynolds. Coming up, we'll have Emily Vukovic with your full forecast details. But first, a look at your drive. And as you can see on the Beat the Traffic map, plenty of green zones. So if you're traveling outside of the city, just be cautious as we do have reports of fog patches. And for more details on that, over to you, Emily.
Thanks, Chrissy. Well, we do have that fog advisory in place. It stretches from Barrie through Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, Grey, Bruce. I mean, a lot of areas are seeing this really dense fog, as you just saw on some of Chrissy's traffic cameras. We do have the risk of more rain throughout the day today. It's really just been an unsettled week. We're going to continue to see showers on and off throughout the day today. Take today and compare it to yesterday. It's pretty much exactly the same, but temperatures slightly cooler. Only 17 degrees today, where yesterday we saw daytime highs around 19. Now, we are going to see these unsettled conditions continue for the next day or so. So even into tonight and tomorrow, we do have showers in the forecast. It's really not going to start to clear out until the end of the weekend. And at that, we're only going to get one day of high pressure. Saturday, a wraparound from that low. High moves in for Sunday, and temperatures really cool down. Temperatures are still going to be relatively mild this morning, so yeah, you could probably eat your breakfast outside if you have an umbrella. We still have showers in the forecast for the morning hours. Hamilton 11 degrees, Toronto 15, up through Barrie we're looking at 13, 12 through Orangeville. If you're jumping in the car and you're heading south, 10 degrees in London, 13 through Windsor. If you're heading east, temperatures are warmer. Look at Kingston, 17 degrees, Brockville 17 degrees as well. Yeah, Kevin is on the hunt for the soupy mix. Thanks so much, Kevin. It is going to be foggy, but that's what you get when you get this humid kind of mixed precip, not mixed precip, but precip and then a little bit of fog. And then it's just been that week.
And it is sometimes hard when it's like this to plan your travel times because I find on those patchy, foggy days, you're rolling along and then all of a sudden the vehicle in front of you has disappeared. So you
Yeah.
really have to allow extra time and be careful of heading out there.
Fog advisory in place. We've got unsettled conditions today into tomorrow and Saturday. I'm going to have all your weekend details coming up in just a moment. But first, here's Chrissy with traffic.
Thanks so much, Emily. And even though it's early, we've still started the day with quite a few problem spots. The good news is, as you look at the Beat the Traffic map, you can see still plenty of green zones, as well as the QEW. But first, with all the forecast details, Emily.
Scattered showers throughout the day today, quite a bit of cloud cover. We may see a peak of the sun like yesterday. Literally, it may last for about a second and then it'll be gone again. Unsettled conditions throughout the day tomorrow, quite a bit of cloud cover, that 15 millimeters of rain for today and into tomorrow. Saturday, again, this area of low pressure that was cut off from the jet still stalled out. It's tracking its way east, but slowly. By Sunday, we will see high pressure, but then unfortunately Monday, new system coming in, which means we are going to be back to rainy conditions. So get out and enjoy Sunday, even though it's going to be cool. Enjoy the sun while we have it.
Thanks so much for that, Emily, with your force of nature, taking a look around the globe there. Now we take a look at the roads where, of course, you do need to be cautious. There are fog advisories in effect, and in fact, that's actually what Kevin Yard is on the mission to find, but throughout Oakville and Mississauga. But as for how the drive is shaping up in regards to the fog, I'll send it out to you, Kevin.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Well, with that, we do have a fog advisory in place that stretches through Hamilton, through Grimsby, up through Kitchener, Waterloo, through Cambridge, and in through Guelph. Toronto, interestingly enough, is not in the fog advisory, but Barrie, as well as Orillia and Midland are. If you're traveling in any of those areas, give yourself extra travel time. To make matters worse, we could see some scattered showers this morning to make the roads just a little bit slick. More details coming up. And closer to the main island, and its sustained winds are at about 111 kilometers per hour. It's moving west at about 15 kilometers per hour. The exact trajectory looks as though it is going to be making its worst impact over the weekend, so Friday right through till Monday. That's why people are getting prepared, stocking up on essentials. Another storm that we are watching very closely is Hurricane Gonzalo. It's currently a Category 4. It has recently been upgraded. Sustained winds are at 222 kilometers an hour. Right now, it is headed towards Bermuda as a Category 3 storm, and you can imagine the type of damage that could do. Here's Jacqueline Whittle with more. Thanks, Jacqueline. Now, this storm won't have that type of intensity as it reaches Newfoundland, but there's still going to be a tropical significance with this system. We're going to have teams on the ground. Nate's going to be there. Chris St. Clair's going to be there. Jacqueline's going to be there. Storm Hunter Mark Robinson's going to be there. And we're going to have the whole team covering it, so stay with us throughout the weekend. Now, throughout southern Ontario, we do have a fog advisory in place. Give yourself some extra travel time. We've got some rain on the way, a very unsettled day today, very similar to yesterday. Scattered showers, peaks of sun, and a lot of cloud cover. All right, I'm going to turn things over to Chrissy Van right now. She's got an update on your morning commute.
Thanks so much for that, Emily. And looking at the drive, for the most part, a lot of green zones on the Beat the Traffic map. So you don't have any problems to report, which is great news. Coming up, we'll join Kevin Yard as he's taking a look at the fog. Thanks so much, Kevin. Always nice for the morning commute to have a couple weather factors complicating it. Luckily, though, it hasn't impacted the drive too much. You certainly want to be careful. I'll have more details on that coming up, but first with the forecast details, over to you, Emily.
Thanks, Chrissy. Well, we do have a fog advisory in place, and that's certainly not helping matters on the road. If you're heading out, give yourself extra travel time. The fog is causing zero visibility in some areas. You can see on the radar a few scattered showers in the area as well. It's really just going to be very similar to yesterday, kind of gloomy and gray. Not a lot of sunshine in our forecast. Less than 15 millimeters of rain. It's going to stay unsettled right into the weekend. Sunday, however, it looks as though we'll see some sunshine. All right. Thanks so much, Kevin. Now, you really need to give yourself some extra travel time because, like you were mentioning earlier, you could see fog and then be clear, and then see fog and then be clear.
Absolutely. It definitely makes a difference on the drive. But the thing I found most striking about what Kevin said there, rising at 7:34. How is it that time of year already? I've been noticing it more and more at night. I mean,
I know.
It's coming. And you and I just saw our first Christmas commercial.
Yeah, it happened. I know. But Chrissy turns around and said, was that just Christmas? That was Christmas.
At first I accepted it, and then I realized what I was hearing, and I was like, oh no, let's at least get through Halloween first.
Not even Halloween yet. Fog advisory in place throughout southern Ontario. I'm going to turn things over to Chrissy. She has an update on that commute.
Thanks so much, Emily. And looking at the drive, funny enough, most of our problem spots have been areas that I have not been seeing the fog on the Gardner and the DVP. And I'll also have details on that QEW drive, Emily.
Well, it's still going to be awfully wet on and off throughout the day today. We've got the same low. It's really not wanting to leave. I know I sound like a broken record. I've been saying that every day this week, but it's exactly what's happening. We're going to see the wraparound, a lot of cloud cover, unsettled conditions today and even into tomorrow. Saturday, we're going to get a new pulse of moisture from that same system. And then finally, for Sunday, we actually clear out. We're going to see a little bit of high pressure, but then a new system comes in for Monday.
Thanks so much, Emily. A look around the globe in Force of Nature. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Chrissy Van, in for Tom Reynolds. Coming up in the show, we'll be joined by Kevin Yard. He's on the hunt for that fog. But looking at your drive, we are seeing actually some tweets coming out of the east end, Emily, just due to the earlier problem spots there.
Well, fog is still certainly an issue for many commuters. We do have a fog advisory in place, so keep that in mind as you're heading out. You may want to give yourself just a little bit more extra travel time. Rainfall amounts, we're looking at less than 15 millimeters, but I think the big thing here is that it's really just going to be unsettled for the next couple of days throughout southern Ontario. I know I'm sounding like a broken record because that's exactly what I've been saying every single day this week, but that's exactly what's happening with this cutoff low. We are going to continue to see that risk of showers throughout the day tomorrow and even into Saturday. We do have another pulse of moisture coming in with the wraparound, with those winds coming in from a northerly direction, which means nothing but cooling down our temperatures. We're going to see high pressure for Sunday, but it is going to be chilly, only a daytime high of 8. Yeah, it's certainly going to be tricky. Now, where are you seeing it the worst on your traffic cameras?
Well, a lot of the dense fog is out of our camera range, but I was seeing some tweets as well as on the cameras through Appleby and Walker's Line along the QEW. And it's really one of those situations where as I scroll through, one camera has it, the next doesn't.
Right.
So very patchy.
All right, well, we still do have that fog advisory in place today. We do have that rain that Kevin was mentioning, but it's not incredibly significant amounts. It's going to be on and off throughout the day today. Will it last into the weekend? I've got those details just ahead. But first, here's Chrissy.
Oh, a cliffhanger, Emily, for those of us planning our weekend. But as for planning the drive, I do have those details for you. And luckily, and if you are outside the GTA, just be really cautious, as we've been mentioning, some fog patches. Now for the weekend forecast, over to you, Emily.
Thanks, Chrissy. Well, it doesn't look awful, but it doesn't look great. We've got a chance of showers throughout the day today. We've got winds coming in from more of a northerly direction. That's not necessarily going to affect our temperatures today. We're still seeing high teens, but getting into the weekend, we will certainly start to feel the chill. So for Saturday, for example, we've got another pulse of moisture. The wraparound from that low still going to be affecting southern Ontario. And then we see high pressure move in for Sunday, but it's only going to be short-lived. It's only lasting for one day because come Monday, we do have a new system coming in. Look at our temperature decline. 16 degrees tomorrow, 11 for Saturday, only a high of 8, but with sunshine throughout the day on Sunday.
Thanks so much, Kevin. And actually, I was just reading a tweet from the OPP saying you can't change the weather, but you can change how you drive in it. And definitely something to keep top of mind with the rain into the downtown core. But of course, that's to be expected. Coming up, we'll have Emily Vukovic with your full weekend forecast details, and we'll check back in with Kevin Yard. Thanks so much for that, Emily. Coming up in the show as well, we'll be joined by Kevin Yard, who will be talking the fog as he's been on the mission to find it. But as for within the GTA, to clear of that, thanks so much for that, Kevin. And exactly that, even as I've been watching on the traffic cameras, you need to give yourself extra time because it's one of those situations where the drive looks good one moment in a section and the next it's fog filled and delay. So coming up, we'll have details on that. But first, with the weekend forecast, over to you.
Well, we do have that fog advisory still in place for today. So Barrie, Aurelia through Midland, Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Guelph, everybody's seeing kind of that dense fog. Kevin just tweeted me a picture of the Waterloo airport and it doesn't look good for planes taking off today. We've got showers in the area as well. It's going to be kind of on and off throughout the day today. Less than 15 millimeters of rain in total, but it's going to continue to be very unsettled today, tonight, and into tomorrow with this cutoff low and the wraparound effect. Saturday, we'll still see some rain in the area. Finally clearing out for Sunday, we'll see high pressure, but much cooler temperatures. All right, thanks so much, Kevin. There's nothing worse than having a weather delay for your flight taking off, especially if you're going somewhere like hot, sunny, tropical, something like that.
Yes, I'm always like, just get me there. If something happens on the way back and I'm coming back to a cold place, that's fine. But the way there, no.
Yeah, I want to get there fast. So hopefully this fog will lift. We still do have a fog advisory in place. That's where you can see some dense fog patches, as Kevin was just showing us. Very soupy through Waterloo. Talk about your weekend forecast. We'll let you know about our temperatures as well. But first, here's Chrissy with traffic.
Thanks so much, Emily. And I've really been keeping an eye on the traffic cameras in regards to the fog. And the one thing that I can tell you, quite patchy, and it really is in this kind of ebb and flow. So give yourself extra time. Drive conditions along the DVP as well as the Gardner.
Unsettled conditions throughout the day today and throughout the day tomorrow. It's really going to be very similar to yesterday. Scattered showers, lots of cloud cover. Not too much in the way of winds until tomorrow. The winds will start to pick up throughout the day tomorrow, but it's still going to be very gloomy and kind of wet. Saturday, a new pulse of moisture from the wraparound of this low. We are going to start to see our temperatures cool down significantly, especially when this high moves and winds coming in from more of a northerly direction. And then we've got another system coming in throughout the day on Monday. So temperatures, they're going to plummet rather quickly. Tomorrow we're going to see 16, Saturday 11, and then Sunday only a daytime high of 8. Coincidentally, that is the only day that we are actually going to see sunshine. So if you're heading out, make sure you bundle up because we've got more rain but warmer temperatures next week.
Thanks so much, Emily. That was a look at the active weather around the globe and force of nature. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Chrissy Van, in for Tom Reynolds. Coming up in the show, we'll join Kevin Yard, who's been hunting down the fog, as well as Vukovic. Will have full forecast details. But first, a look at fresh problems on the drive. I am seeing some very heavy fog, Emily, and I know we have some fog advisories as well.
Thanks, Chrissy. We do, and they stretch from Barrie right through to the London region over towards Hamilton. The downtown core, not in it, but traveling in and out of the city, as Chrissy was mentioning, that's where you're going to see the dense fog, especially to the west. We're seeing isolated showers at best. As Kevin was mentioning earlier, not enough to get out the umbrella, but still enough to know that, yeah, we've got a little drizzle in the forecast. Less than 15 millimeters of rain expected and just unsettled conditions throughout the day today, tonight, and into tomorrow. It's going to be very similar to yesterday. We'll see a scattered shower, quite a bit of cloud cover, may see a peek of the sun, wash, rinse, repeat, literally. And then on Saturday, we've got another pulse of moisture coming in with the wraparound of that low. But the good news that I do have, I know you're thinking she has no good news. I do. High pressure in place for Sunday, which means we are going to be seeing some sunshine, but temperatures will be cool. We're only going to see a daytime high of 8 degrees. All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, I would advise to call ahead your airline. Make sure everything's on time throughout Southern Ontario.
Yeah, especially I've seen the landscape of this fog changing throughout the morning. Actually, right now over the Burlington Skyway, it's quite dense, whereas maybe 30 minutes ago, it really didn't look so bad.
Yeah, so we still do have that fog advisory in place throughout Southern Ontario studios. As you can see on our outdoor camera, it's not incredibly dense, but it's still there. So give yourself extra travel time. Speaking of traveling, here's Chrissy with traffic.
Thanks so much, Emily, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean coming over the Skyway, but luckily no problem spots on that route.
All right, thanks so much, Chrissy. Unsettled, scattered showers, gloomy, kind of wet day today. Similar story for tonight and into tomorrow. We've got showers in the forecast. Tomorrow, we're actually going to see a more prominent kind of pulse of moisture from the wraparound effect. So for Saturday, it's wet. Sunday, however, finally, we're going to see some high pressure. So we're going to start to see a clearing trend as that low moves off to the east. Finally, sunshine, but winds are going to be coming in from a northerly direction. On Monday, brand new system comes in, more wet weather. So Friday, Saturday, wet but relatively mild. 16 for tomorrow, 11 for Saturday, sunny but cold on Sunday, a high of 8.
Thanks so much, Kevin. And a good point as well. If you are flying this morning, you may want to check ahead should there be any delays. Looking at the drive itself, well, yes, we've continued to see that fog building in. Now, coming up, we'll take a look at the full stretch of the 401 as well. Emily Vukovic will have full weekend forecast details, and we'll check back in with Kevin Yard in the fog. Thanks so much, Emily. And the big story of the day has been the fog. Coming up later in the show, we'll check back again with Kevin Yard. He's been tracking the fog through Kitchener and Waterloo. Well, Kevin, I've definitely seen the fog building in on many of the major routes as the morning progresses, and we've seen a couple of problem spots as well. Emily will have coverage along the Gardner and DVP.
Well, we still do have that fog advisory in place. It doesn't look as though it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. We've got it for Barrie, Aurelia, through Midland, and through Hamilton and Waterloo, through Guelph and through Cambridge. Scattered showers in the forecast as well. As Kevin was mentioning, he's seen them on and off throughout his morning as he's been checking out the fog throughout the GTA. 15 millimeters of rain possible today and into tomorrow. It is really just going to be unsettled as we get into the weekend. But by Sunday, we should finally see some sunshine, but a cool down in temperatures. You're right, Kevin. I didn't know that. I don't think I would even look up the airport in Waterloo to travel to those destinations.
See, I have a couple friends that moved out that way, so that's the only reason why I know.
Okay.
But the one thing I found funny about that was Kevin saying not much to see here, and he's in this bright yellow and orange vest. Can't miss that.
Except for you, Kevin. You're the only thing to see at the airport.
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about the dense fog. As you can see, it's pretty foggy outside our Oakville studios, and we do have a fog advisory in place. What do our weekend temperatures and conditions look like? I'm going to have those details just ahead, but first, here's Chrissy with traffic.
Thanks so much, Emily. And of course, the fog, a big theme for the drive today. Do allow yourself a bit of extra time because it's been really patchy. So starting to see the improvements out on the roads there, Emily.
Well, we're still going to be seeing those showers on and off throughout the day today. A lot of cloud cover. We may see a little peek of the sun. Today is pretty much a carbon copy of yesterday, and tomorrow is going to be a carbon copy of today. It's going to be really similar right as we head into the weekend. For Friday and Saturday, temperatures will start to cool down. We're going to start to see that northwesterly wind, but by Sunday, I can pause it before it disappears off the screen. Yeah, you lost it. High pressure is going to be moving in. We are going to be seeing some sunshine throughout the day on Sunday, and temperatures, well, they're going to be a little on the cool side. For Sunday, only seeing a daytime high of 8 degrees.
Thanks so much for that, Emily. A look around the globe there in your force of nature. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Chrissy Van in for Tom Reynolds. Coming up, we'll be joined by Emily Vukovic with your full weekend forecast details. But one thing you may have noticed looking at the window, some dense fog patches in the area. And there, this is your last look at live traffic, though. You can take along the Beat the Traffic app. That's available on your iPhone as well at the Google Play Store. So be sure to take that along for the ride, and that will help navigate you through the slowdowns. Now, here's Emily with the long range.
Thanks, Chrissy. Well, it is still fairly foggy throughout the region. We do have a fog advisory in place for many areas throughout southern Ontario. It's going to be gray, it's going to be drizzly, it's going to be very unsettled throughout the day today. We're not looking at incredible amounts of rain throughout southern Ontario, less than 15 millimeters, but it's going to be fairly persistent. We're going to see showers today, then some cloud cover. We may see a little peek of the sunshine, and then more rain, more cloud cover. That's really been the trend this entire week. I think I'm starting to sound a little bit like a broken record, but it's the same cutoff low. It doesn't want to go anywhere. It wants to keep giving us unsettled conditions for the remainder of the week and into the weekend. The one good news is that we do have high pressure moving in for Sunday, so we're going to see some sunshine, but because of those northerly winds it's coming with, we are going to be seeing much cooler temperatures. Sunday, only a high of 8 degrees. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. It's Thursday. It is the 16th of October. I'm Emily Vukovic. It's a foggy start to the day for many commuters through the GTA. We do have a fog advisory in place. Stretch Grimsby all the way down to London. Dense fog patches. Give yourself extra time on your drive this morning. We're going to join Kevin Yard, who is in Waterloo right now, talking about the dense fog. And you can see the airport behind you, or better yet, you can't see the airport behind you.
No.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, all we need is a little bit of sunshine, but unfortunately, I don't have the best news for that. Yesterday and today, well, they're pretty much carbon copies of each other. But we still have that risk of isolated showers throughout the day. So anywhere throughout southern Ontario, not a lot of rainfall, but it's going to be kind of persistent, gloomy, drizzly, unsettled kind of rainfall. That's going to be the trend continuing this afternoon. Our winds are going to start to shift direction. We'll start to see our winds pick up throughout the day tomorrow. And then for Saturday, another pulse of moisture comes in. So we are going to be seeing that low track its way off to the north and east, but that wraparound is still going to be affecting southern Ontario. So we've got winds coming in from more of a northwesterly direction, rain throughout the day on Saturday, but then look, finally, we're going to see some high pressure. I know it drops really quickly, but we are going to see it throughout the day on Sunday. So finally, we are going to be seeing a day of dry, sunny weather. On Monday, however, brand new system comes in, new area of low pressure. That's going to bring us more wet conditions. So Sunday looks to be the best day of our entire week. And that's next week. 16 degrees for tomorrow with rain, showers in the forecast. Again, it's going to be on and off. It's not going to be an all-day washout. Same for Saturday, 11 degrees. As you can see, those northwest winds are starting to affect our temperatures. And then by Sunday, yes, we're going to be seeing some sunshine, but temperatures are going to be much cooler with those northerly winds. We're only going to be seeing a daytime high of 8 in Hamilton and 8 in Oshawa as well. All right, thanks so much for that story, Kasia. We'll take a look back at our weather yesterday, which of course began the anniversary of Hurricane Hazel. It was a 2-day event. It was pretty intense. And yesterday wasn't a bad day to get out if you brought your umbrella. Tomorrow morning, we're looking at 12 degrees with quite a bit of cloud cover. Rainfall forecast less than 15 millimeters. This is going to be today and in through tomorrow. And as you can see, it's just unsettled. This low with the wraparound, it's cut off from the jet. We've been seeing scattered showers because of it all week long. It's not going anywhere fast. We're still going to be seeing that residual moisture not only on Friday, but on Saturday as well. We still have rain in our forecast. Scattered showers. We are going to be seeing the potential for some sunshine by the end of the weekend as high pressure moves into our area. But then on Monday, we do have that risk of seeing a few more isolated showers with a brand new system coming in through southern Ontario. So if there is a day that you need to get outside and do something, Sunday would be it. But make sure you bundle up because temperatures are going to be a little bit on the cool side. And Hamilton will see sunshine, but we're only going to see a daytime high of 8 degrees. Thanks so much, Kim. Around the World in 60 Seconds. You can catch more videos on our website, theweathernetwork.com. I'm Emily Vukovic. It is Thursday. It's October the 16th. Thanks for joining us. It's been a bit of a foggy start to the day in many areas. We've seen fog through Kitchener, through Waterloo, to feel very gloomy again. So very typical fall-like weather. Now, we are going to see about 50 millimeters of rain, probably less than that, but you never know if you get an isolated heavy downpour. It's just the same cutoff low that's causing all these unsettled conditions throughout our area. And the trend is just going to continue right into the weekend. Even on Saturday, we do have another pulse of moisture from that same low. And notice our winds, they're changing direction, and they're now going to be coming in from more of a northwesterly direction, which means temperatures are going to be cooling down. On Sunday, in fact, through the overnight, they're coming in from almost a straight north wind, and that is bringing in a lot of cool air with that high pressure. So we'll see sunshine, but it will be cold. Come Monday, new low moves in. This is going to bring us some showers again. I know, I wish I had better news for you. And our temperatures, they don't look so hot either. Saturday, 11 degrees with showers in the forecast. Sunday, the first day of high pressure that we've seen in over a week. And we're going to see only a high of 8 degrees going down to a low of 3. Incredible. Thanks so much for that story, Kasia. I'm Emily Vukovic. It is Thursday. It's October the 16th, and temperatures are going to remain above our seasonal average for one more day. Now, yesterday, we saw daytime highs around 19 degrees for the day. So our temperatures, are you noticing a trend? They're kind of going down. Less than 15 millimeters of rain, so not incredible amounts throughout the GTA, but just unsettled. And that's going to be the trend today and into tomorrow and even into Saturday. We do have some more rain on the way. It's the same cutoff low that's just giving us kind of these little pulses of moisture. And that's going to be the trend throughout the day tomorrow as well. So keep that in mind if you do have travel plans. By Sunday, however, we'll see a little bit of high pressure, which is nice. It's been a change. We're going to actually see a little bit of sunshine, but winds that are going to be coming in from more of a northerly direction are really going to cool us down. So maybe sunny, but it's going to be cold. We do have another system coming in for Monday. That's going to give us some more rain. So Sunday's kind of the meat in the sandwich. You want to get out and enjoy it, but make sure you bundle up because we're only going to see a daytime high of 8 degrees. Thanks so much, Kim. Around the World in 60 Seconds. You can catch more of her videos online at theweathernetwork.com. I'm Emily Vukovic. It's Thursday, the 16th of October, and it is a cool and foggy start to the day in many areas. We do have a fog advisory in place but driving in and out of the city, people have been dealing with some pretty dense fog patches. Now, Kevin Yard's joining us in Waterloo, and Kevin, you were at the airport. We couldn't even see the planes behind you. The tree colors behind you are quite pretty, though. All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, we're all just keeping our fingers crossed that we do see a little bit of sunshine to help things along. 17 degrees is our daytime high. Yes, it helps bring us some warm temperatures, but it's been giving us scattered showers on and off. On and off. Yesterday, or today I should say, is going to be a carbon copy of yesterday. We may see a peek of the sun, but we do have quite a bit of cloud cover. Tomorrow, similar story. Winds start to shift directions, and we're going to be seeing that cooler trend getting us into the weekend. Even on Saturday, we've got The same low, but it's going to be giving us a new pulse of moisture with that wraparound as it tracks north and east. Finally, we're going to see some high pressure moving in throughout the day on Sunday, so make sure you get out and enjoy it. But if you do go outside, make sure you bundle up. It's going to be cold. Low pressure moves back in on Monday. Another round of rain. 16 tomorrow, 11 for Saturday, sunny but cool for Sunday. We're only going to see a daytime high of 8 degrees. Anna approaches the islands. It is expected to be upgraded to hurricane status. Right now, it is sustained at about 111 kilometers an hour, the winds that is. It's moving west at about 15 kilometers per hour and is expected to make the worst impact over the weekend. So from Friday right into Monday, that is where we're going to be seeing the highest surf, the most amount of rain, and the strongest winds. Another hurricane that we're watching is Hurricane Gonzalo. Now, we have invested interest in this because it could have impact on Canadian soil. Now, right now, it's a Category 4 storm. It is tracking its way towards Bermuda, and after Bermuda, it's on its way to Atlantic Canada. Now, when it hits Bermuda, it is going to be intense at a Category 3. This is the type of damage a Category 3 storm could leave behind. It's not going to be like that when it reaches Newfoundland this weekend. We are going to have live coverage. Teams on the ground, Nate Coleman, Chris St. Clair, Jacqueline Whittle, and Mark Robinson are all going to be there. So make sure you stay with us at the Weather Network all weekend long for live coverage of Gonzalo.